One of the biggest challenges for coaches, practitioners, and hypnotherapists is getting clients. As coaches ourselves, we know how difficult it is on social media to stand out and gain credibility. That is why at Life Coaching Today, we connect coaches like you with clients. It all starts with our directory, where it's possible to create a profile that gets the right exposure with over 12,000 hits a month. You can gain credibility by writing for Life Coaching Today magazine, add videos, be interviewed on our podcasts, teach classes in the community, and sell your products directly from our website. Not to mention, we actually connect clients who are actively searching for coaches who can best serve them. So if you are struggling to get clients, have Life Coaching Today help you get more clients. Go to lifecoachingtoday.com.
Hey everyone, good morning. Happy day after Valentine's Day. It has been a long time, you guys. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever. I didn't even know what to do. My StreamYards wasn't working. I wasn't even too sure if I was live. I feel like my lighting is off, but thank you. Look at this, Lord. The sun is coming out early. You can hear it in my voice that I don't know. I promise you all, this is not vocal fry, but this is definitely my voice this morning because I did not sleep well, but life is good. So, hey everyone, again, good morning. I am Kiddada Esmira Gray, conflict coach with Transform Living, and I am here with you all this morning with Life Coaching Today Presents with me. Can you tell? Like I haven't slept. I'm one of those people that I'm bouncing off of the walls and then I'm going to crash really hard later at some point in time. I didn't even put lipstick on. Felt like it was going to be one of those mornings where the Zoom meeting, all you get is the shirt and the glasses and me not looking like this because I can't see y'all. So good morning, good morning, good morning. I did make coffee this morning and I'm excited to be back. I had to take a mental reset and I have found that one, that's a necessity. And I know that in my head, I was thinking about the phrase when people were like, whatever you do, just show up. You got to show up every time. And the truth of the matter is that sometimes you can't show up all the time. And that's okay. I feel like in the United States, we are very, we push people to do things when they're not prepared. And sometimes you have to, and sometimes mentally, if you know you were going to crack or break or just need to sit yourself down in an adult timeout like I needed to do, then take it, brothers and sisters, take it, because your mental health is paramount for anything else in this world. I've been up to a lot. I can't even remember all the things because they'll come to me, but I did do a lot of reading when I was away, per se. I picked up books again, which sounds a little weird, but I kind of put down books and read a lot of newspapers and things like that. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about what else is on my desk because I've got two things to talk about because some things just end up on the favorites of the desk. And so February 2024, here's what hit me the other day, and I am 48 years old, if y'all didn't know that. And what's interesting is that it just dawned on me the other day that not only is February's happy Black History Month, it is Black History Month. We got it in the shortest month of the year. I still don't know why, but it's Black History Month. And then I went, wait a minute, why are we sharing Black History Month with President's Day? And some of this President's Day, some of these presidents aren't for my shade. I'm sorry. I'm just going to let y'all know if y'all are offended by that. I don't. Because since it's Black History Month, we're going to talk about Black stuff. We're going to be blackety black up in here, which I am all the time. But, I was like, wait a minute, why are we celebrating the same people that held us in bondage for a very long time and kept slavery intact and tried to dismantle Reconstruction and, didn't want to give us our own rights during the Civil Rights era, and then want to talk about people like me, my entire family who are immigrants. So I feel like I went through the entire list of raggedy presidents. And well, it is what it is. But Black History Month. So I heard something yesterday and I didn't get to fact check it because I think I was too stunned. Because like I said, my age is important in this because I'm 48 years old. And I saw a sister girl say yesterday that she posted that it's been like 50 years, 50 or 60 years around when Black people were able to integrate with white people all over the United States. And if you're out in the world, I need you to hit me up and send me that and let me know if that is true, because I cannot see my Facebook Live at the moment. So your robot, I'm gonna need you to monitor that for me because I can't see it. So almost like 50, 60 years ago, like that we could actually sit at table with our brothers, our white brothers and sisters, which somebody would have been offended so many moons ago just by that phrase. So that was kind of wild. And then I came across, okay, wait, before we do anything else, once again, y'all gonna have to be like, Kiddada, we need you to go to sleep Wednesday night and then go ahead and come on and do the show in the morning because I am bouncing off the walls, literally. So Desk of Kiddada. So I hope you all had a happy Valentine's Day. Mine was, wait, your Facebook connected to? Interesting. So I don't know if my Facebook is connected or live. I don't know, but we're going to leave that alone. Somebody tell me in the world if I'm live on Facebook. So yeah, yesterday, Valentine's Day, it was quiet. I'm not opposed to that. I'm not one of those people like, oh my gosh, you've got to be on, you have to be on right now, right? So that's something like the dinners and all that on Valentine's Day, not so much. It's just overpriced food and people fighting for reservations. But love is in the air. People do all things. But yesterday I had the biggest craving, y'all, for the thing that I had not had in a long time. And so I wanted to share that with you all because I got myself up out my house last night to drive to Trader Joe's, which is most important in my life. Oh, wow. My Facebook is not connected today. I don't know what's going on in this life. But that's technology and I'm not fighting it. So I'm going to say this. So I'm going to show you guys my favorite thing that I had to have. And it's the dark russet potato chips at, dark russet potato chips. Y'all, I grabbed 5 bags last night and felt embarrassed and put 2 away. So I only came back with 3 bags because I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm out here. Like this is my crack. But a must have. Must have. Can I bring it back again and say like these are, think about it. You take the potato peels that we all throw away, and then Trader Joe's was like, nope, we are going to actually fry those up, salt them, sell them to you all. This is my addiction. So this is fantastic. So yeah, that was a must have. That was my Valentine's Day gift to myself. I need nothing else in this life except for that craving that I was trying to get that on, right? Because that is, So I hope you guys had all of these wonderful Valentine's Day and got all the gifts, and I saw some friends of mine got engaged. So shout out to Will Casimir. So proud of you, brother, for stepping up and saying that you love this woman and boldly putting the ring on her finger. So hopefully in the next few minutes, I will be Facebook Live. If you are joining me on Facebook, hey, and I'm going to say that periodically. So the second thing from the desk of Kiddada is the new book that I'm reading. And okay, I am going through books, but I just want to say this. I feel like this book by Kat Calvin, a Black Chica woman that I have fallen in love with, and it is basically a social justice political book, a soft political book for everybody. And I'm going to tell you why. So the name of the book is American Identity in Crisis, Notes from the Accidental Activist. And so she discusses how she ends up being an activist. So everybody's not an activist. Everybody's not out there marching. Some people are not politically connected like that, except for voting. And I respect that. But what Kat Calvin ran into, I'm sorry, I'm going to hold the book like this. What she ran into, which made her an activist, was this idea of what are the challenges that people are having for voting. And one of the things that we never think about, or I don't think about, because guess what? I have something that majority of Americans do have, but there is a minority population in the United States that doesn't have this one pertinent thing. And Kat Calvin became an accidental activist because of it. And guess what that is, y'all? Simply an ID. Piece of identification in the United States. And she started an organization called it was called Spread Our Vote. And she had to change the name because, see, when you talk about spread your vote in the United States, somehow we get transformed back to in the era of Reconstruction. Don't ask me, my history is off this morning. And we go back into that, and then they want to take away everybody's voting rights. And one way to do that is if you don't have an ID, you can't vote. And Kat is telling the stories of how the challenges are to get an ID in the United States. And I'm obsessed. We're going to talk about this book again next week, because what she says is, imagine if you were in a hurricane, your house flooded, your house burned down. I had that occur to me as a young woman. And I see that I might be Facebook connected. Hopefully, hey y'all. So I was saying, this ID is so pertinent. So imagine, once again, I'll just repeat this. If your house burned down, you were in a hurricane, you were in a tornado, your house flooded, and guess what? You lost all of your identification. So ask yourself, if you don't have a driver's license, if you don't have your gym card, if you don't have your bank cards, if you don't have your birth certificate, what would you do? And how would you do it to actually get an ID? And I was like, I've never thought about it. Why? Because I have an ID. And so an ID is such a powerful tool that we take it for granted, right? So she talks about her process of herself just going to the DMV to get a new driver's license to drive motorcycles. And she talks about having to go to the DMV. It took Sister Girl about 3 hours. There's not a lot of DMV offices for the population. Have you ever thought about that? Like, why are we in line? Why do I have to drive 10, 15 miles to go to the closest DMV? So she makes the claim that it is intentional, that that getting an ID is hard, right? They make it hard. And I am so obsessed with her. Like, hopefully I get to meet her one day. So hopefully our paths cross. I'm going to reach out to her. But she co-founded, like I said, she had to change the name because people will come for you if you work in the voting rights space. But initially it was called Spread the Vote. And then now she calls it Project ID. And Yeah. So, and she's the CEO of the Project ID Action Fund. I am obsessed with this book, y'all. I'm gonna keep talking about this because I'm not finished with the book. So it's gonna stay on my desk and we're gonna talk through it. But just think about that, right? If you don't have an ID, how do you get an ID? And the other thing that I discovered was that from Cat, and I didn't know this. So you imagine you're at the DMV and you're like, I don't have an ID, but I'm here to get an ID. I don't have my birth certificate. Can I please get my license? And they're like, no. But here's the thing, it's a lie. They actually could be of assistance if they wanted to, because they do a little typing on the computer screen and up pops your birth certificate. So the United States actually has all of our birth certificates held where it's an ID right there. And if you're like me, who is just like, well, wait a minute, that means anybody can walk up and claim that they're me. And then she was like, no, but wait, Kiddada, wait, Kiddada. The one thing that can't change until technology gets us there is our fingerprint. And she said, when I was going through another DMV location, guess what? She used her fingerprint and they pulled up all of her information, and that was there. And I was just like, oh, snap. Like, I'm impressed. Like, just food for thought, because even if this is not a political issue, right? The other interesting thing is that all of us need IDs, and it can be super hard, and IDs are needed for jobs, for voting, all the things that we feel like manifest our wholeness as people, right? So I'm obsessed. Y'all gonna hear about this book until I finish it, because woo, I was like, this is the smartest thing. It's so simple, y'all. Sometimes we make life so difficult about what it is that we want to take on and what it is that we want to do, that it's wild. It's really wild. So that's on my desk. We talked a little bit about Black History Month. I do want to talk about another sister girl. Her name is, let me get it right. I'm going to Google it again. I think it's Michelle. I'm going to talk about something called the Race Card Project. And this, I just, once again, Kiddada up way too late and reading stuff. And the Race Card Project, okay, so the sister girl's name is Michelle Norris, and she's a writer. And she one day was kind of thinking about race, of course, right? How do we talk about race in the United States? What do we feel personally? What are our hidden thoughts about race? And was having a conversation with some friends about it. And she said, you know what? I'm going to ask people, and she put it out into the interwebs, as a friend of mine calls it, and said, if I send you a postcard, or can you send me postcards here to tell me in 6 words, I think it was 6 or 7 words, right? Imagine that, what you feel about race. And whoo, I was like, whoo, y'all. She got thousands, tens of thousands of postcards, and from all over the world about race. And it is so interesting how people feel about race. It's interesting how people feel about themselves, because people said things like, God sees all of us, right? Oh, wow. And that's true. God sees all of us, but we don't see each other. I find that kind of odd, and we're God's creations. Someone said the conflict of race stifles love. I thought, well, that's impressive. And some said it's time for whites to talk about it. And I'm like, whoa, wow. I don't know who wrote that one. I don't know what shade they are, but that is something I want you to know. So the Race Card Project, and it made me think in our favored Black History Month, what are my thoughts about race? And I just want to quickly say that I'm one of those people that I love my brown, I love my Black, wherever you stand on that. And this is so important to me because the DNA that's associated with this color gives me my culture, my history, my heritage, my looks, of course, and I love it. And so I hate when people dismiss my color, right? And be like, oh, I don't see color. Listen, yes, you do, because I'm not melting anywhere. Like, it is what it is. And I know what they're trying to say. I feel like they're trying to say that they see the interior, they see my spirit, they see the wholeness, but all that spirit comes attached to this. And if you see the Blackness that I have, right, that comes with everything that creates me. And I don't feel as if we give people enough safe space to be okay with being challenged with race and having the conversations about race. It is such a necessity, and it doesn't have to be an attack upon attack on each other of different races. So yeah, it's and that is something I need you to think about, because there was a white man who said, and I'm not going to get the quote right, but he acknowledged that when he saw an African American person or a Black person do something phenomenal, right? He was just like, "Oh wow, I can't believe they did that." And then he was like, "Wait a minute. Why do I feel that way?" Like why? Like, that was his thought. Like, because this person is Black, oh wow, I can't believe they accomplished that. Um, and he said, I have to think about that. Like, I really have to check myself on that, because I don't say that for my white friends. And I was like, oh, he just spilled some tea. And he's not the first one. And no matter what we do in this life, the thing that is most important that we start with is honesty and reflection. I don't care what anybody says. Meet me in the corner somewhere if you don't agree with me. And he was fantastic in his honest reflection. So look up the Race Card Project. And actually, she kind of stopped doing things, but she said, guess what? Keep sending them, because she's still reading them. Her team is reading them. It blew up. And it's a fascinating article. NPR has her voice. They did an interview with her. And I was like, this is so fascinating. So fascinating. So y'all, we have an awesome show today. Because once again, as that white man was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe a Black person did this. I'm on the other side of Black entrepreneurship going, oh my gosh, I can't believe we have this product, we have this brand, we have all the things. And so one of my Facebook friends, Dana Davis, is going to join us in a few seconds. And let me just tell you something. Yoruba, can you pull Dana on before we go to break? Because I just want y'all to see this beautiful sister girl. And hey, Dana.
Hey, good morning.
And Dana is kind of shy, y'all. So I'm just gonna put that out there. So she's a little shy. She don't like talk a lot. But so as I live a Black life, y'all. So what I mean by that is that I try to buy as many Black products as possible. I am changing over most of the things in my house, even to like my pancake batter, to Black, because listen, I need to support my people. Everybody else gets the money, but I think Black entrepreneurship is something that we need to support, and I'm about that life. And I came across one day on Facebook, and you're not supposed to be strolling. Dana had posted that she had launched her company, Sam Louise, is that right?
That's correct. Yes.
And I was like, new product for me to buy. I'm gonna confess, I have not bought one yet, and here's the reason why: because I don't play the sports that Dana is promoting, but I'm gonna find a way to order one. And she ended up creating a bag for all of, like, a tennis bag for all you tennis players. And I was like, wait, what? Like, we don't do that. How did she, like, this is a space that little Black girls for sure don't enter into. And I was like, no, when I started this podcast, I was like, I made a promise that I'm going to uplift the Black folks, the Black girls, the Black people and their products and what it is that they're doing that is fascinating. So I had my oh wow moments. And we're going to talk about her journey into Black entrepreneurship. And if you were a tennis player, if you're a pickleball player, listen, I need y'all to pick up this bag tote. We're gonna put that, Dana, as we go into break. Can you please drop your link for Yoruba, and so that way we can run it. So we are about to take a break, y'all. See y'all in a second.
Alrighty.
Welcome to Life Coaching Today Presents, hosted by Kiddada.
Okay, hey everyone. I know, right? I should be like, Dana, you got 12 seconds, girl. But don't worry about it. Here we are. I have, go ahead and sip if you need to.
Okay.
Because I want to tell a little story. And so for all of us, I think I'm an old head. I think some kids tried to explain it to me back in the day, like a couple months ago. I think I'm an OG, so I'm gonna say this story, right? I'm not that old, but I'm old enough to know that. So do y'all remember the Lacoste brand with the little alligator, y'all? So we're going to talk about him for Black History Month because that brother, and I say brother, it was a Black man that started that brand, right? And that brand became synonymous with wealthy white people, the elites, the crowd that plays the tennis. You know, we don't work. We barely work, so we're going to be out here. And everybody knows the little alligator brand, right? Like everybody knows that. What they don't know is historically that is a Black founded brand, right? I don't know who owns it now. I haven't thought about that. I haven't checked. But here was a brand that they got adopted by the white elite. Okay. So that is the imagery that I know of Lacoste, right? So entering into this tennis space and being fashionable. And at one point in time, tennis was an elite sport. And when I say elite, I mean it was for white wealthy people. Boom, said it. There we go. And so when Arthur Ashe, and that's the only name I'm gonna remember from back in the day about who Black folk started playing tennis, right? Forgive me, y'all. My African American Black history sucks sometimes, so I admit that. So
Althea Gibson is another one.
Who?
Althea Gibson.
That's right. We're gonna name it. And they're actually, I'm gonna tell y'all just a little thing. Sidebar, they're trying to create an African-American tennis museum. I don't know if you were aware of that. This has been going on because some people I know have been trying to get the money together for probably close to a decade. But so we talk about these elite sports, elite worlds, and then we layer that on with the brands that take on tennis, right? So we have the Nikes, the Wilsons, all of these sponsors now. And when I saw Dana had created this product, I was like, wait a minute, it's so simple, right? A bag, but that's not the space that we live in. So Dana, welcome to Life Coaching Today Presents.
Thank you.
Thank you for waking mad early up with us this morning.
Yes.
And so I just wanted to give you a platform and a stage to share your story. So I know you told me the other day, she was like, she's not really a talker, but we're friendly here. We don't ask anything.
I'm working on it.
She's working on it. Her and I we have the same background in IT, and IT people tend to be in the background. We do what we need to do so all your systems can work. So Dana, I'm going to say welcome again to Life Coaching Today Presents with me. And my first question for you is, why entrepreneurship?
Why? So I'm kind of burnt out with the IT thing. I've been thinking of something that I can do for a very long time, but I want it to be something that I was passionate about. Tennis was one of those things. The idea just came to me one day to do a bag. I was actually just doing a bag for myself, and ended up just mass producing that bag. But I think the opportunity just came to me. I knew I did want to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't know how or what I was going to do.
So what I hear you saying is that you were burnt out. And so what year did you decide that you were burnt out?
Oh, that was a long time ago.
He was like, wait, listen, a long time ago.
Yeah, it took me I was trying to find my passion for a very long time. You know, I've been in IT now for about maybe 24, 25 years. A very long time. So I would say I started thinking about what I wanted to do after IT maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, but you didn't say that you had a hidden skill of sewing.
I don't sew. I don't make the bags.
You don't sew?
No, I have them manufactured. So no.
So how did you create your first one? Because now I'm curious.
Oh gosh. So I had the idea for what I wanted, and I just contacted a few different places to have them make sample bags for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I designed it. I sent them everything. They designed the bags according to my specs and sent them to me. And eventually I picked the manufacturer I thought did the best job with it.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you did your research. So, and you, first of all, you were out there sketching and designing. So I am wholly impressed about that because I definitely couldn't do that. So, but what did you find to be the response when you launched Sam Louise? And tell me about the name. Tell me about the name first of your company. Tell us about your company, girl.
Okay, sure. So Sam Louise, my parents' names are Sam and Louise.
Oh, about that.
I am the youngest of 11. Very
wow.
close-knit family. Yep. So very, very strong family. So yeah, that's where the name came from. I actually bought the domain name years ago. I knew I wanted to do something with it, like the name Sam Louise just did it for me. And again, I had no clue what I was going to do with it until this whole bag thing came about. I'm like, let me think of a name for the bag. And I said, I can use Sam Louise. So how did that go when I first launched it? It went very well when I first launched it. I ended up launching it and producing the bag because I took the bag to some of my tennis events. Actually play tennis. So I took it to some of my events and I got a lot of great feedback from it. My team members helped me out. We did surveys so that we could get feedback on the bag and I could go and make some of the changes that were suggested, which I did. They helped me pick the first colors. I decided to go with the blue and the brown based on the feedback I got back from not only my team members, but the teams we were playing. We had them participate in surveys. So yeah, that's how it came about. The response was pretty good at first. My first year selling, I actually had my bags in the Atlanta Open store, which is the tennis event we have here in Atlanta at Atlantic Station.
Yeah.
So
what was the first year? Tell us what the first year was that you were selling.
This was just the year before last, so 2022. Yeah.
Okay. So right outside of the pandemic, where everybody's like, we need to come outside.
This all started in the pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you were in the Atlanta Open.
Yeah.
And so how did that go?
It went well. It was brand recognition. Like literally, I think the Atlanta Open may have started late July. I got the bags. I received the bags maybe like a week before the Atlanta Open started. So I was concerned about if I would even receive them in time to get them in the store. So considering that no one knew who Sam Louise was, I think they did very well. They did very well for brand recognition. So a lot of people, even if they didn't buy at that time, you know, when I see them now, they'll say, "Oh, I saw it at the Atlanta Open store." So it did really well for brand recognition.
Mm-hmm. And how have your sales been since? How are you doing?
I think I'm doing very well. I've sold well over 200 products.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And so I need to tell my listeners and followers, you know, what came to me listening to your story is that everything doesn't happen overnight, especially in entrepreneurship. And so the idea that you bought the website, the web domain almost 10 years ago is fascinating to me because I think people think, well, if I'm going to be an entrepreneur, it's automatic. And you have to do your research, you have to do your planning, and you're going to have to stumble, fall, and then sit yourself down sometimes too, because you're just going to be like, I don't think this is going to work.
Right.
It might take a minute, it's going to take forever. So, you know, it is not an overnight process. All the people that was like, yeah, I blew up overnight. Well, that doesn't mean that you didn't have 10 years worth of work
Right.
to do. Right. And I am grateful that you had people that were of assistance, right? That did surveys, that gave feedback, that were doing this type of work to help your business, which I think is amazing. So I have a question.
Sure.
This is a tough question, right? So take a deep breath. Girl, do you play pickleball?
I do not play pickleball, but I saw that pickleball was Is that the question?
Yes.
Okay. So I saw that pickleball was blowing up. I've done the tennis bags, right?
Yeah.
Pickleball is blowing up. It's like the fastest growing sport. And I'm like, let me hurry up and make a pickleball bag so I'll have something to offer. Let me hop on this. So yeah, that's how the pickleball bags came about. But I've only, I was a vendor at a pickleball event once, and I got out. There was a coach there, and I got out and worked with the coach a little bit. So I played it that one time.
Okay.
Pickleball was intense.
Is it? See, I don't know anything about pickleball. Well, first, I'm going to say to you, do you have a bag for us to see? Do you have
I
a
do.
bag?
Yep. You want to see it?
Oh, you do want to see it. All right. So no, go ahead, go grab one. So I just want to say this. Pickleball is one of the fastest growing sports in these streets. And I mean, like, they are changing over tennis courts in those HOA neighborhoods. It seems like a sport for senior citizens, and people are playing all day. I remember a story in Florida where they said, like, the people were playing well into the evening in the darkness. And I guess pickleball, the ball itself, it is so loud that people can hear it in the neighborhood. And there were some senior citizens who literally got into a fight with the police, because the police were called on them for being so loud, right? And so, but I mean, all over Atlanta, there are empty warehouses that are now pickleball houses, and I saw it like in New York City, where I'm like, okay, y'all, like, we supposed to hold it down for trending, and I understand, but pickleball, I was like, we having whole pickleball tournaments in New York City, but it is blowing up. I think it's weird, and someone told me it's like table tennis.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's like table tennis, and I used to love table tennis.
Yeah.
So maybe one day I will play pickleball. I don't know, try it. But I know, like, I tag like the Black Pickleball Collective. You know, there was like the Black Pickleball girl. I couldn't even figure out how to spell pickleball, y'all. So it was just like, I was like, I don't understand. So we want to see the product because we want everyone to see it. And I'm definitely promote it, because I think this is fun. I think this is so fun. So fun.
Okay, so this is the pickleball bag.
Okay.
And it comes in black, red, and white. All of my bags are lined in red.
Okay, why are they lined in red?
I just thought it looked the best, and you could, see your items a little better in here. I just thought,
Okay.
yeah. So I tried a couple of things, and I like the red the best. Yeah. No deep meaning behind it. This is the tennis tote.
Okay, that's cute.
That's
It's
it.
like
And
it's got like the shape of like the Hermes bag. I'm just gonna tell y'all, like it's got a real girly shape. I love
yeah.
it.
One of the actually we played a tennis match one day, and the competitors, they were looking at the bag, and one of them actually said, "That's like it's the Hermes of tennis bags."
Love it. Yes, we're gonna call it the Hermes of tennis bags. See, girl, that should be your tagline.
Right.
Because that is like lift that bag up. It is a cute bag. Look
so
at that.
There's like a shoe shoe
What?
compartment down here that you can put some items in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
And it
trying to figure out.
So if you travel on Spirit or Frontier, it actually is the personal item size, so you can take it on the flight with you if you want to, not just for tennis.
I love
And
it.
then there's the brown.
Oh yes, sis. Yeah. I love it. Wait, what is that strap? Is that a strap like to?
So there's the shoulder strap. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and then as well as the handles, and then it buttons on the side to kind of keep everything in it. So that's pretty large. You can fit a lot of things in here.
You did that.
There's a zipper compartment, and all of the tennis totes come with. Let me show you. The water bottle holder and also a change wallet.
Oh, did I see? So because I was nosy and I was on samlouise.com, did I see like in one of your bags, like there were like 3 slots to put the tennis balls in? Can you show us that?
Yeah, absolutely. Those are these 3 slots right here. They're mesh. And then on the other side, there's a zipper compartment here.
Okay.
Yeah. And then also, so we hang our bags on the fence sometimes. So there's also a fence hook on the bags.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm telling you, you did that. Like, I love I'm sorry, I'm just going to tell you again, you need to put out there the Hermes of
tennis bags.
Because that shape of that bag, and we're focused as women, we can spot a bag shape. We know what it looks like, what it is, and you have got really great brand recognition, or just your product is good if other people are like, wait a minute, what is that? There's more? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's the sweatshirt, and I currently have it in blue and ivory. The ivory, when I first put that one out there, it sold out in like 2 weeks. So do I get a sweatshirt?
Sure. I just have to ask. I just I have to ask. Get mine before it sells out. Okay. I love it.
So I recently restocked the ivory and I added the blue. And they're both doing very well.
Okay. I am so excited for you. I'm going to be talking about you all the time because I'm like, listen, I know you play tennis. People, here's what we need to be buying. So thank you for showing your products. Thank you for having the courage to step into this space, because what do you think, or did you even think about what it would mean to you to walk into a white, predominantly owned space and coming up with a product that really mirrors white culture?
I don't think I thought about it. Tennis is blacker than we think. Yeah. So, most of my teammates are white. We play a lot of teams that are all black. I didn't really think about it. I was just like, I'm going to find my people. Yeah, I didn't think that much about that. It's a factor. It's definitely a factor, but I can't say I thought about it beforehand.
Okay. What does your family think about what you're doing?
They love it. They love the idea. I've gotten really great feedback from my family. They've all been supportive. Of course, since it's our parents' names, everybody's rocking the sweatshirt.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, they've been very, very supportive of me. Yeah.
So I need to get all in your business because it's very few families that Black families anymore, let me say that have 11 children. You know, you're Caribbean, you know, my grandparents, on my daddy's side, I think there's 11 of them or something, like I lost count somewhere. And so I'm going to assume your family is from the South.
We're from Florida. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, well, you know, I don't know if anyone really considers Florida the South.
Like
It's weird.
how much south can you get than Florida? Like
Tell the Floridians, because they swear up and down they are on the East Coast. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't know how it works.
I never got that. It's like, I'm from the South. Yeah, Florida's
okay. So you know what? I'm gonna say something interesting. You are the first African American person that I've ever met that's like, I'm from Florida. Like, my people are from Florida.
What?
Yeah. No, you're the second person in my whole entire life.
That is interesting.
So, because, you know, I just learned about like St. Augustine, you know, Florida, first big established city. And then I also learned that, you know, a lot of African Americans are from St. Augustine. Like, that is just, and that was like foundationally where we were as we Northerners that came down and got out of slavery. Because yes, people, there was slavery in the North. So how did you get into tennis?
Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, this is an interesting story. So I didn't start playing tennis until about, I think it's about 11, 12 years ago. I signed, so I have two children. They're 20, oh gosh, she just turned 28 and 22 now.
Wait, don't we look good, y'all? Don't we look good? All right. Can we just say that? You got grown children out here looking like you about 26 and 27. All right. I love it.
So I about 11 years ago, I was signing my son up, which he would have been, I guess, 10 or 11 at the time, for a tennis class. I signed him up. I paid for it. And then like the day before the class started, maybe 2-3 days, I got a call from the coach, and he said, you know, he was just calling everybody before the class. He said, but I want you to know that this is an adult class. And it's non-refundable. And I was like, okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow. So literally, that's how that's how I got started playing tennis. And, you know, I met some wonderful people playing. So I kept going. At that time, I was playing like almost every day.
Okay.
Yeah, it just took off. And so, yeah, that's how I got started. I've never played growing up. I don't think I've ever held a tennis racket growing up. Yeah, this all started about 11 years ago.
Just by happenstance, and you fell in love with it. And so I love that. I love it. I love it. I want people to know, especially women, right? Because, and men do go through this, but women, it's a different journey for us when we have little people and trying to find space to do things for ourselves. And so I will say that I truly believe that God wanted you to play tennis, right? And put you in that space. And then you stepped up and were like, you know what? I'm not trying to lose this money. So that happens too. Like, nah, we ain't doing that. So, because that gave you a perspective too around what is it that wasn't working for you, even in your tennis journey, right? You were preparing and not really understanding that you were preparing. And I just want to say, as a chica who has returned back to things that I love, dancing, singing, playing the cello, it is amazing when we are in our adulthood and we find something that we love to do. And so as much as I pick on people who play pickleball, I'm like, go ahead, y'all, get it, right? Get it. If you find the love in it, go ahead. If you find love in things that are healthy for you, not toxic for you, I'm about that life. So Dana, I'm going to give you the moment to share with everyone how to find you, you know, give us all the details. Let us know.
Okay, sure. So my website is www.samlouise.com. I am on Instagram and Facebook. Tag Sam Louise Inc. So SAMLOUISEINC.
Okay. Uh-oh, so I don't think I found you on.
Instagram.
Okay. I don't know, child. I was playing with my Instagram. Lord, I need a whole Instagram class, y'all.
Yeah.
So Dana, thank you for being on. I get to see Dana in a few weeks because she's going to sit at my table for International Women's Day because March is International Women's Month, right? And so we're going to have a good time. And
Yes.
so, and Dana, you can stay on screen. But I'm going to get ready to close. And so, I mentioned earlier, for some odd reason, this is the shortest month for Black History Month, and we share it with other things. And
Imagine.
this year, we are sharing it with the season of Lent. And I was like, wait, Lent is starting in March? In February this year? I don't know what is going on. But I'm a super bad Catholic, and but I am mindful of Lent. And as I was reflecting the other day, what am I going to give up on Lent? What am I going to give up for Lent? Because I've given up coffee. I've given up like not buying purses. Whew, child. You go through all these iterations of things that are supposed to be the sacrifice for you, just like God sacrificed for us. And so I decided two things. And one is a give up with practice, and I'm going to say it that way, to declutter. And not that I have a really cluttered house, but I'm always in the season in spring. For me, I'm always like, I need to get rid of stuff. Old clothes, my 5 million Post-it notes that I have on the wall with all of that and paperwork and all that kind of stuff. And so that is what I'm giving up for Lent, the first thing. The second thing is, once again, in my reflective moments, and I was kind of like sleeping and whatnot, and it hit me that as I've had to reset for a couple weeks, that I struggle with letting go of things that bring me joy. So hear me out when I say this, that, like I said, I returned to dancing, singing, playing an instrument, but I gave that up so many years ago in sacrifice for others, my family, my husband, my marriage, that I thought that I didn't have space. And I remember way back in 1997, I actually went to a ballet class. And then I was like, wait a minute, I'm not, I don't have time for this. I've got kids in school. I've got my clients, because I was actually traveling for work at that point, doing implementation work in the IT world. And so I gave it up and I never returned back to it. And so the residue, as I call it, because when you leave something, there's always something left, is that I sometimes, what brings me joy, I will do it for a while and then I stop, because in my mind, I feel like it's going to be taken away. And so that was something, and I speak very honestly, y'all. So if y'all ain't met me yet, that's just life. And sometimes we are in that space. We are literally in that space. And I just want to let you all know that we can get unstuck from that, right? Your mindset needs to change. And I have to change my mindset too. Like, I've got coaches. I'm a life coach. And so I have my own coaches that allow me the space to grow and get me unstuck. And as I had to sit through that, I had to, just kind of figure out what are my next steps. So now I've got to re-engineer my singing, my ballet, whatever, because I'm like, no, it's not going to get taken away from me. And it's amazing how we run away from things that make us feel good for some odd reason. Like, we are really attuned to, like, somehow we like grief. I don't know. We sit a little bit, more comfortably in the space of things that are challenging, that are hurtful. We know how to react in that space. We really don't know how to react in the space of happiness and joy. It is a thought process that is so counterintuitive to us because those feelings can actually feel scary. And so I know what it feels like when I literally use my bow and play an A on my cello, and it literally gives me a sense of power. And when you're fearful of your own power and you don't know how to handle that, you can be stuck. Um, and so I'm even stuck. So Dana, question for you as I'm closing: are you giving anything up for Lent?
Probably, I don't know. I did give up after the first of the year alcohol. So I
Ooh,
was doing
okay.
it for January and I am
Okay.
still doing it.
All
So I
right.
don't
I
know if I
love it.
want to add anything right now. That's a struggle by itself.
She's like, like, wait a minute, this alcohol is doing me in. I love it.
Right. So yeah. And shopping. I kind of gave up shopping in January
Okay.
too. So
Oh Lord.
yeah. I don't know if I want to add anything right now.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So listen, y'all don't have to be Catholic because I have not stepped in a Catholic church and I don't know how long. Probably since I was in school in Europe. But I just want to say this, that it is okay to be stuck. It's okay. It's not okay to be stuck for life. Right? It is not okay to be stuck for life. It is natural for us to have challenges. And I have to do a better, I was told by one of my coaches, right? Like, Kiddada, you don't even promote yourself as a life coach. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I forget. Like, marketing is not my jam, right? But I've been blessed that people find me. I'm blessed that people refer me. But I'm going to say this today. So y'all know I'm a life coach, and I want to, my jam of working with everybody, but I really love working with women because women, we tend to get stuck because our identity is very different when we change on the scale of student, mother, young woman to mommy, working. And so if you are a woman that wants to get stuck, I'm starting a group for women to get unstuck. I need you to move to your next. And I might call the group Move to Your Next, because we have special challenges that we have to deal with to get us unstuck. And it's not that some of us are on burnout. But I'm a true believer that if we are in community and we are literally supporting each other, and I believe in safe spaces, that we can uplift each other. And I promise you all, I'm the chica to help you do that and move yourself along. Even though I get stuck too. But that is why I have coaches. Let me shout my coaches out. I got Marcy, who is in my life. I've got Max, who's in my life. I got Big Brother Luther, who's in my life. Those are the three coaches and the people that love on me all the time. And so it is my goal to do that for all women. Whether it's individual coaching or if it's in the group coaching session, session. And so you can find me life coaching today. My name is Kiddada Esmera Gray. Y'all can't not find me because my name ain't Lisa. So you pop in Kiddada, it is what it is. You'll find me. And so hit me up in my DMs, ladies, not men. Y'all need to get out my DMs. But I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to say that. So once again, Dana Davis, I am so proud of you, sister. I am so, so proud of you. I'm going to find somebody that plays tennis and pickleball so I can buy your stuff to give to them. And I'm going to promote your website because I love it. I love it. I love it in your work. I will see you in a few weeks. Yes. March 10th. That's actually my baby's birthday. Oh. And y'all, thank you for joining me on Life Coaching Today Presents with Kiddada. And I'm about to finish this coffee and go take another nap before I fall out. So thank you, Yoruba. See you guys next Thursday. Thank you, Dana. I'm proud of you, sis.
Thank you. Appreciate it. See you soon.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you for watching Life Coaching Today Presents, hosted by Kiddada Gray and produced by Aruba Saad. Our mission at Life Coaching Today is to empower your health, business, community, and life. Check us out at lifecoachingtoday.com. Everyone here at the True Awesome Network would like to remind you to like, comment, subscribe, and spread awesome.